Welcome to Menopause Moment. I'm Susan Barantini-Mo. This episode is sponsored by Medterra, our CBD, your health. Joining me today is Sandy Joy Weston, who has been a fixture in the Philadelphia area fitness circles for 30 years as an instructor, a trainer, a health club owner, and a media personality. Her mission is to change the world one smile at a time, and she's been on my other show, TwoQuestions.tv, and I'm so excited she's here now. Hi, Sandy. Welcome to the show.
Hello. What a fun topic we have today.
Well, what's the good news?
It will pass, sister. That's the good news.
That is the good news. All right. Well, all right. Let's just get into it. I mean, let's start. Real women, real stories. What's your menopause story? Was it easy? Was it hard? What was it like for you to go through it?
Okay, like I'm even afraid to tell you because it was pretty easy. So I had my second kid, you know, there was a gap once when I was in my 20s, and then I waited to, 43, decided what the hey, right? Right. And I was thrown into early menopause, like right afterwards. You know, it just, your system, your hormones are all kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But my doctor, this was the most fabulous, shout out Dr. Bailey with the fabulous information. He's like, Sandy, you're not every person. And this is the big thing, don't feel bad. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not sick. You're not crazy. Things happen. So if you do have, severe symptoms, so be it.
Okay.
But you don't have to say, oh my God, I'm in menopause. This is going to happen to me. It's like having the flu. Some people have it for 2 days. Some people have it for 2 weeks. Don't mentally buy into this is what's going to happen to me.
Right.
So that was the big thing. And keep in mind, I already had a healthy practice. You know what I mean? I ate well. I exercised. I did meditation. I breathed. When I was freaking out, I'd mountain bike or dig holes. Like, you know what I mean? I already had a system.
Sorry, dig holes? What? Sandy, can you go back to that? What do you mean you dig holes? What are you talking about?
Okay, so 2 things I do. I either go on and just talk about nonsense, blah, 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 over and over, right? Because I'm on one of those things. And that feels good too. Let me just say, getting it out feels good. Or I mountain bike, okay? And the third thing is I garden. So when I'm really
gardening.
When I'm really like in a mood or I can't figure things out, they'll see me out there digging holes, like replanting, redigging up, moving plants. So
purposeful holes. I got it. All right. I didn't know where we were going with that. You're just out there.
On Mother's Day here, right? On Mother's Day here, it was raining, but I was insisted I had to get I was out there in the rain because hey, it's easier to dig holes, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's true. It's true.
Let's go. But in addition to that, because a lot of people do go on estrogen replacement and stuff like that, I tried the more natural route, but my doctor, and this is what I'm saying, he recommended, and I was looking up all the things now because it's changed a lot, let's keep in mind my son is now 14. I said that 14, and I was looking it up and all the different things, but it's still kind of the same. Like back then, let me make sure I have it right. I took a combination of Dong Quai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dong Quai, black cohosh, and red clover. And it really, really helped me. And I also, believe it or not, my Whole Foods lady is great. And she's like, take this. No, don't take this. Take it in liquid form. Now, it really helped me a lot. In addition to, I already had those healthy mindsets going on. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. Now, even though I was looking up the number one product, it was called Balance Femme, Femme, and it is phenomenal and getting great reviews. And it has the Dong Quai in it, the black cohosh, but it has chasteberry and also adaptogenic herbs. And they make sure that it's in liquid form because 98%, it's more that your body will deliver it if it's in the liquid extract versus tablets. It's 39 to 53%. But anyhow, I did that. Besides the fact of, and here's the big one, because you know me, I'm the mental lady, the headset lady. I didn't feel bad for what was happening. Do you see what I mean? Like, I didn't feel embarrassed.
Right.
I didn't feel ashamed. If I was like, I would joke, but you know me, that's how I'm doing it. So I was like, it's getting hot in here, and I'd start playing the song. You know what I mean? His clothes are flying off, because it's not like I didn't have some moodiness, and it's not, that I didn't have the vaginal dryness, and it's not, that I didn't just cry for no reason endlessly, but I didn't think there was, I don't want to feel unworthy or okay, like now life is over.
We do get that perception like, oh, I've hit the change and now I'm no longer vibrant. I'm no longer young.
Yeah.
I actually began to, I read something somewhere it was really early when I found out, and I saw something about like the concept of the crone and how we should own that. And I was like, oh no, I'm not owning that. The crone, that's some horrible old woman. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Are you nuts? That's crazy. The crone, come on. I'm not going to honor that.
Well, I get it, but
God.
Here's the thing. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I think I'm just too darn selfish. I like to feel good. I like joy.
That's not selfish.
So it is. Like, I don't want to think bad about myself because I like feeling joy, right? Yeah. So I look at it in, like, someone just interviewed me today. It goes, I don't want to make you feel old, but I wasn't even born in your first club. I'm like, yo, who does that? Like, what kind of male thing are you doing here? Like, you don't want to make me feel bad? And then he says, yeah, I hope you don't feel bad. I go, well, that was a really weird question. And the good news is I don't. I said, I've always felt this is the next chapter and this is the next stage. And I'm just getting started in this chapter. So look at it like the first thing I said to my husband is, woo-hoo, no chance of prego here. Do you know what I mean? For me, you know what I mean? Because and we were all about adopting, like, if we wanted more kids or anything. So we were open to anything. Now instead, we have 4 cats and a dog, and I think we're growing strong. We're going to be probably adding more animals into the mix because I get bored. But I was reading through because I wanted to make sure I had my information for you. And what, is the biggest thing with menopause. And of course, we were talking about the herbs and exercise and eating right. And, but the biggest thing, the biggest problem is embracing who you are and feeling that you're still seen and that you're still sexy and you're still vibrant. By the way, there's some new show. I think it's going to be a Who, and there's a movie coming out like with, Jane Fonda and her crew, and those women are kicking it and hitting it. And they're like, in their 70s. And I think it's a great.
Is this Grace and Frankie on Netflix?
But there's a movie with those kind of people that's coming out like this week. I don't know, but it's a whole crew. And I was peeing myself watching them because, they got their boobs done, they got this, but they feel sexy.
Okay, but we're going to have to talk about pelvic floor now. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Ooh, no, by the way, it does work. I do all those exercises in class. I have all women's strength training class. We make sure we do those exercises.
They're very important. We're going to have a guest on the show, a specialist in pelvic floor work, coming up next week. So I'm very excited about that because she knows
I hope she uses
much.
Like tools because we got all the tools.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
That's all I'm
she's
saying.
So knowledgeable.
A lot of tools.
God, tools. Okay. All right. We are going to take a short break from a word from our sponsor, and then we're going to be back. And I feel like Sandy's probably going to give us some big tips and strategies. So stay tuned. For many women, menopause comes with hot flashes and night sweats, and they can be brutal. Mine kept me awake all night, so I was tired and cranky all day long. I tried all kinds of supplements and CBD oils, but nothing put a dent in my hot flashes. Then I started using Medterra's CBD oil, and my hot flashes and night sweats were dramatically reduced in severity and frequency, so I wake up less often and get a lot more sleep. Just a dropper under my tongue in the morning and another one at night, and my hot flashes decreased by about 80%. And unlike many of the CBD oils I tried, there's almost no taste to Medterra's CBD oil, which makes it a lot easier to take. Get your CBD oil at medterra.com today and use the promo code Menopause Moment, all lowercase, for 10% off your order. All right, we're back. So, Sandy, you are an expert in fitness. You're an expert in health. You've written this awesome book, which we talked about on twoquestions.tv, and I'm working my way through.
Good.
What tips and strategies can you offer to our audience for getting through the change?
Okay. First of all, the number one thing, find people that are upbeat and positive, and that have gone through it. So it's great to talk to people that came out the other side, lived through it, and can tell you everything is working out for you when you feel all kinds of crazy. So just like you have mentors, I think it's so important to have that support group, but not your doom and gloom, this sucks group. Because just like, having a baby, just before you're going to delivery room, I don't know about, other women, but I had women saying, oh my God, it's horrible. And why are you telling me that as I'm going
Why don't we tell each other things?
Why?
Before.
Why? What information? Like, I'm still going to have the kid. The only time to give me that information is if I'm choosing not to get pregnant. But that's a whole nother podcast. But what not to say. But the ones, and there are plenty of them, that had it way more severe than me. But were able to embrace it and feel good and made sure their partner and their spouse, was on board of what's going through, which is really important, and make you feel sexy and special and that everything is going to be great. Even, for those, sometimes it happens younger, and people still want to have kids, and there's a lot of ways to fill the life up, whether you adopt or have animals or do community service, make you feel like, hey, this is just a shift. And now when I go out through and I'm over the other side of it, different things, I swear to you, your mind thinks different. You're more mature in your decisions. You feel more worthy, about where you are and not proving yourself. I'm telling you, but you need those people in your life to do that. And here's the big thing. Make sure your doctor, your OBGYN, whatever, is there for you and gives you all the alternatives, natural and non-natural, and you like that. And whoever it is, the person you're with in the house, if they don't embrace it and understand it and make you feel like you're hot and sexy, I just say get rid of them. I don't care if you have 5 kids or not. Just throw them to the pavement.
That's dramatic. People, don't just leave your husbands because of what Sandy just said. Wait, you can talk to your husband. Don't just leave.
I'm kidding.
I mean, listen, we're in the change, and we are prone to a little bit of unstable thinking at the moment. So we may not want to tell people to just, kick them out. All these husbands are going to watch, women are going to watch this show. Husbands are going to come home and all their stuff is out, packed. Oh my God. The liability alone.
So oh my God. So we don't want that pressure. You have to know my sense of humor.
Oh God.
That's pretty funny. She'll probably edit it out. I hope not.
No, I won't. No. There's not going to be any of that.
All right. But I do joke around, but the truth is she's right. Suzanne's right. You want to talk to them and tell them if they make you not feel good or they're, they say something to hurt your feelings, let them know what you're going through. All joking aside, you don't want the bags on the sidewalk, but you do want them to understand and sit down with them and go through that.
Well, I had a conversation with my husband, and
you?
And we actually sat down and I said, listen, I don't know if you're aware of all the sort of details of this. I myself was only just becoming aware of the tip of the iceberg. And so I said, I would really appreciate if I don't have to teach it all to you. It would mean a lot to me if you would just go and read, just Google, being married to a woman going through menopause, being married to a woman in perimenopause, learn about it so know, and you can be, and honestly, it made a huge difference. He is always looking for ways to fan me. He's learned he can put his hand on my arm and he can go, oh babe, you're having a hot flash, aren't you? He knows. Like he has become very sensitive and very supportive. So I recommend
love
a conversation.
Your idea,
yeah,
because
just a conversation.
I didn't even think of it, and maybe there wasn't so much information back when I was 43. But my husband, he's very shy. So when I start telling him, he was like, oh my God, I'll just be supportive. Do you have to tell me details? Like, I think it would have been, your idea would have been better for him to read about it.
Yeah.
And then,
maybe we should we'll put a blog post on menopausemoment.com about ways to be supportive of your spouse.
I love that.
And then we'll link to that in the show notes so that people have that as a resource. Just to go there, go to that article. Right. Yeah,
now,
we'll do
all
that.
Right, so that's the head stuff, all right?
Yes.
Embracing it. No, the second thing, it does matter how you eat, you know, with everything. So just eating healthier is going to make you feel good, and working out, it's such a stress release. You know that.
Yeah.
I mean, when I start getting that feeling, first of all, here's a thing that's a really good thing. When you start feeling that overwhelmed feeling, and you know, and you're not sure, like sometimes you feel like you're having almost a panic attack, they said, like, because you're just so stressed out, you don't know why you're crying, your hormones are all crazy. Take a deep breath in and hold it for 4 counts, and then let it out. Just doing that 3 or 4 times will calm you down. It sounds so simple, but I do that even, you know, now that I'm going through it, whenever I get stressed or I feel like a little overwhelmed, I start taking it and I repeat this over and over again. Everything is always working out for me. All is well. I am well. And it helps. It really, really does help. And here's the thing, you know, like we were talking, I was listening because, you know, I am fitness, and your body does change. I mean, it does. And with the lower estrogen, and I'm not really sure why, when you gain weight, normally a woman, a lot of it, they pack on their thighs or the butt, right? So that's where the weight comes before menopause, which is all kinds of good now, because butt and thighs are
like
in.
That, right?
Oh my gosh. In. Yeah, but now with menopause, instead, where if you never had an issue with your belly, it will go to your belly first.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Why is it doing that to us? Because butt is in, but you know.
I'm waiting for belly to come. I just got one. Poof.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So here's the deal. It's not as if you can't lose it, because when you lose weight, you're going to lose it all over. Right. So you will lose it there. It's just that before, when you had excess weight, it first went to your butt and thighs, you know, eventually it made it, you know, to your boobs eventually, and face eventually, but now it's going to do it, you know, in your stomach. And I tell women, listen, I'm not saying you can't lose it, but you're going to have to be your ideal weight. So do you really want to work that hard? You have to be ready. And I don't know why women don't do this, but change up your clothes a little. Yes. I mean, I see the women, they're still wearing the same clothes, so their belly's sticking out and it looks, you know, not attractive, and they don't feel good. You know, wear little hipsters, wear a blouse that's loose at the waist, you know, it'll make you feel so much better. It's okay, you know.
That's
and
true.
Then you change your clothes just a little, you know, and you know, there's nothing wrong with Spanx. Come on, nothing wrong with them.
I have to say, like, you're absolutely right about that, because wearing it's almost like it's like when you need a pregnancy wardrobe, like you need a menopause wardrobe, because honestly, like the shirts that I used to wear were pretty slim fitting and would act like I have a waist, but now I have a waist only from the sides. And if I turn sideways, I'm menopause woman. So I think, you know, a little flow is good.
You know, and there's so many shirts that you can, because a lot of times, you know, women will say their breasts get bigger, that, you know, the elastic goes right underneath, you know, your chest, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or, you know, have jeans, you know, that if they can't come up to your waist, like wear them over your hips, you know what I mean? Yeah. So you feel sexy, you know, and attractive. If you still try to fit in those freaking tight pants, it's going to look worse, you know, because it's probably not that bad. It's just bad to you. And then, like I said, are you willing to do the work? Because you have to be thin in your ideal weight, and then you will lose it there. It's not like you won't, but that's going to, usually be the last place to go, because now that's your area versus your butt or your thighs.
Yeah.
Makes
sense? I will say it is really good to be married to a man from a Latin American country. My husband is from Uruguay, and I was like, I don't know this belly. I'm so insecure about it. He's like, I love it. I'm like, okay. Great.
That's
because
awesome.
It doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So.
And you know what? Most men do feel that way. I mean, it's us women that put this on ourselves.
We're so hard on ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves.
Yeah. It's usually not the other person. You know? It really isn't. And we're not going to kick them to the curb if it is. We already talked about that. We're going to talk it out.
We're going to talk it out. Talk it out. Send them to the blog post. Okay. Sandy, I'm going to recommend that our women pick up a copy of your book, which we're going to link to in the show notes for today. And we've talked about it already, you and I, but we're going to talk about it a little bit in the after show. But I want to make sure they see it and know it's there, because one of the things you just mentioned is, be willing to do the work of exercise, but sometimes, as you talk about in your book, you have to be willing to do the work in your head before you can get to doing that work. So definitely, folks, pick up that book. Okay, Sandy, you have been awesome today. So much fun. Do you want to join me for the after show?
Sure. Why not? Let's see if I can put my foot in my mouth again for you, Susan.
We'll see what other trouble we can get into. All right.
Yes.
Ladies, if you'd like to join us for the after show, you know where to go. menopausemoment.com. It's the only place you can find the after show. And that's where Sandy and I will be. So we'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.